All right, I've been doing a series on Amelia Bedelia in Matthew 28:19, and one of the great things that I think is some proof of what I'm saying, that Jesus did not intend for us to repeat what he said, but to do what was meant by what he said. And what we have for proof today is the proof of the gospel. And this is Eusebius of Caesarea's quotations of Matthew 28:19. And there's some that would say that his manuscripts did not contain the Trinitarian formula. I can't say that. I don't know. We do not know that today. But I can show you how he interpreted it. So listen to what Eusebius had to say here on page 157 in Furrer's translation of the proof of the gospel. Whereas he who conceived nothing human or mortal, see how truly he speaks with the voice of God, saying in these very words to those his disciples, the poorest of the poor, go forth and make disciples of all the nations. But how, they could ask, how can we argue? And as more details there of how the various ones they would have to argue with. But while the disciples of Jesus were most likely either saying thus or thinking thus, the master solved their difficulties by the addition of one phrase, saying they should triumph in my name. For he did not bid them simply and indefinitely make disciples of all nations, but with the necessary addition of in my name, and the power of his name being so great that the apostle says, God has given him a name which is above every name, that in the name of Jesus every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. He showed the virtue of the power in his name, concealed from the crowds, when he said to his disciples, go and make disciples of all nations in my name. He also most accurately forecasts the future when he says, for this gospel must first be preached to all the world for a witness to all nations. And so there you have it. Eusebius of Caesarea, who is believed to have been born in 265 AD and died about 339, was at the Council of Nicaea, was one of the most prolific writers of that century. And he gives us his interpretation. It may have been in manuscripts he was reading from, the way he puts it so forcefully as Jesus saying it. May have been. But he clearly, by the fact that he goes from that quote over to Philippians chapter 2, means that he clearly identified and interpreted the meaning to be the name of Jesus.